Morning, folks. Alright, so I capitulated. I got myself the Anchorage. Now, everybody's gonna go, Wallet Warrior, because the Anchorage is a promo premium. There's currently the dockyard event where you can complete missions, etc. And then at the end of the whole thing, if you get enough modules, you have to only get, two? Well, you complete the directives, and the last two directives you have to complete with Dubloons. So I capitulated and I spent a bunch of Dubloons to finish her early. Reasons for that being is twofold. First, I got one of those 30% promotional codes. Just popped up in Wargaming today. Anything in the premium shop that's not already discounted, you can have a 30% discount on. Now I've still got months of premium time. So I looked up, even in South African rands it wasn't very much. I got a whole bunch of doubloons and I completed Anchorage. Secondly, the reward for finishing the directives, if you already have the Anchorage, is research points. I am literally a hair's width away from being able to get either the Ohio or the Slava. I kind of decided against the Colbert for now, because I have the Smolensk. Everybody's advice is don't bother with the Colbert. You have the Smolensk. Smolensk is a little bit better. So, what is the Anchorage? Anchorage is a bit of a trick pony. It's a tier 8 American heavy cruiser. It's essentially sort of a Baltimore. 2 or 3 guns, standard Baltimore type armor, etc. But it's got 2 little tricks, and you saw I just popped one of the tricks right there. The Anchorage has smoke, and I think, and I speak under correction because I'm a moron, only the Flint has... only the Flint is an American cruiser that has smoke. And as you can see, this is actually fairly long-lasting smoke. We're talking 2 minutes. So it allows you to do this. Sit and smoke and spam HE at battleships. Or was that? Okay, anyway. So one of my devices is... Unfortunately, no preferential matchmaking of any sorts. That is a tier 10 Montana that I'm shooting at. What else does the Anchorage have that makes it a little bit different? It has torpedoes. It has 10-kilometer torpedoes. And if you ask me, it's a bit of a gimmick. Yeah, you could use that in 6 to 8 matches, maybe 7 to 9 matches if you get that. If you try and use it in this sort of setup, where there are big battleships, tier 10s, etc., it's not going to work very well. That said, it is not like the DM Donskoy or the Chapayev, etc., that has got only 4-kilometer suicide torps, so they could come in handy. You know, the other consumable that you have to choose between, and I've got Hydro there. You can choose spotter plane or Hydro. I prefer Hydro. Other people might take spotter plane for the range, etc. Doesn't have DFAA. Yay, because DFAA doesn't do much at the moment. Oh, there's an Edinburgh firing to my smoke. It's very, very unsporting of him, considering it is a smoke hiding cruiser itself. And yeah, so no DFAA on the Anchorage. It's probably a good thing because it's a useless consumable until they fix CVs. And you also don't have radar. From tier 8, even the Atlanta, tier 7, etc. I think the Indianapolis, tier 7, the American cruisers have got radar. The Anchorage doesn't have radar. So it's always nice if you play Elite Division to link up with other players that have radar, because you can sit in smoke and then you can actually pop radar and see what's happening out there. So This isn't probably the best match I've had. I haven't played it very often. I've been grinding, trying to get ranked. That's been an absolute dismal failure. It is win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Because the teams are just, I don't know. I'll try a little bit later again. Second thing I just want to mention, we might have lack of videos over the next couple of days. Today is a public holiday here in South Africa. It is Heritage Day, where we celebrate the diverse cultures that we have, and I've taken tomorrow as leave to make a 4-day holiday, and I want to take a break. And so if there are no videos in the next few days for the next sort of 72 hours, please don't be upset. So yeah, right, Anchorage. She's a standard premium issue with the doubloons. If you are not after research points, probably not. Just grind the directives out. The directives are not very difficult. I mean, one of the directives in the current one is use a British ship and cause I think 1.5 million damage. Now, if you've got a Thunderer or a Conqueror, that's this easy. I mean, that's a couple of good matches, and you've got 200,000 damage in each match. If you don't get 100,000 damage in a Thunderer or a Conqueror, then you're doing something wrong. So there's this Bismarck, and he's at 10.2, and I think the torpedoes are 10.5. So I could have gone out, tried to torpedo him. Bismarck has got a German radar. He'll see them coming at what's at 5-6 kilometers already, and he'll maneuver. So the torpedoes, I think, is very situational on the Anchorage. The smoke is great. I'm stopping ships from coming around the corner. I'm stopping ships from advancing. Unfortunately, up north, our team has collapsed, and we are losing more and more ships. And this game will be over in the next few minutes as they start stomping us. We've already lost 4 ships versus their 1. And I keep the hydro just in case there's a sneaky speedy death pylon boat that sends stuff to me. And there's that Montana again. To an extent, this guy got like super pissed. You should be used to stuff sitting in smoke. Montana, when you're at tier 10. What about Harugamos and Kitakazis and Smolensks and Minotaurs? So my smoke is out. I've got 40 seconds until my next smoke resets, or my next smoke is available. Even with Superintendent, you only get 3 smoke charges, which is just a bit of a disappointment. The nice thing about this being a premium is even though you do get a captain with it, you can use another captain, and I put my Des Moines 18-point captain in here, so I can train that captain up. I actually don't play the Des Moines that often. Don't know, it's not one of my best ships. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the enemy team has taken the lead. That's kind of obvious. So the Georgia was forcing me kind of out from a hiding spot there and getting way too close. And I'm just shooting as much HE as I can. Oh. Yeah, and I was at Montana. He's been pissed off at me the entire match. Pop smoke.
Problem solved, sir.
Start pulling backwards. Because they're going to shoot it where they last saw me. And we get another fire. And we are losing our cap to that Georgia that's moving in there. And then, of course, like a lot of games, if the team starts losing, so the player starts looking for something to blame. Now the CV is facing the wrath of one of the users, one of the players, that's unhappy, that the CV didn't give him enough support, etc., etc. And even with a relatively lackluster game, oh, I'm at 101,000 damage on the Anchorage. And slowly but surely wearing this 2 pits down. Still got a lot of HP, luckily. The CV is now trying to torpedo me out of my smoke, which is very unpleasant of him. Now I need to move forward. Really, couldn't I just sit in my smoke, CV? Did you have to do that? The smoke's only got 25 seconds left anyway, so Georgia kills our Chapayev.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Massachusetts kills our Montana. Yeah, you guys can see where this match is going. I'm at 124,000 damage so far. Will I say the Anchorage is bad? No, I think this ship has a lot of potential. I can see myself playing it quite often. Pair it with something like a Baltimore and maybe an Alaska, and we can have a lot of fun in it. Is it fragile? Yeah, it's fragile, but if you've ever played the American cruiser lines, the heavy and the light, they're all fragile. And the reason they call it a heavy cruiser is because of the 203 guns. I managed to get another fire, and this Montana just blaps me. Ouch. Luckily for me, that fire is still burning on the Georgia. Okay, he's now damage controlled it. 25,900, call it 26,000, 126,000 damage. Tippett kills our Lexington. We've got we had a Tippett left, that's dead now as well. The game is about to be capped out anyway, as my thing is. Trying a new video effect. Please like and subscribe to the video if you've watched this far. It is very much appreciated. They cap out our base, 126,000 damage. Good credit, Farmer. I was second on the team, and yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Anchorage. I will try and play it a little bit more, bring you a second opinion, but for now I think it's a good ship, and I think it's well worth completing the directives. Have a fantastic day further, everybody, and we'll speak soon. Take care. Cheers.